welcome to my YouTube channel, Possibility TV, empowering women to overcome, become, and also end. You are most welcome wherever you are. Just be comfortable and make sure that you share this YouTube channel to another woman that you know that they will be empowered after watching this new series. So in this month of August, I decided to put the series together, the purpose and power of personal development. And I love personal development, and as a personal development and business coach, I have so many stories that has brought transformation to my life, and I believe that within this 4 series of the power and purpose of personal development, you are going to learn so much that will transform your life. So make sure you stay tuned and don't miss any episode of this 4 days and 4-week series. Okay, so let's move on to what is personal development, and also why personal development, and let me say how personal development. Very interesting topic, right? Yes, but today being the first episode, I want to spend some time to introduce myself with my story, because I believe that I have been connecting with people and inspiring and empowering a lot of women across the world with my story, and that is my uniqueness. Apart from my gifts and my potential, my story is my uniqueness, and I want you to know that your story is your uniqueness. So learn the art of sharing your story to empower other people, and I'll talk about that later, as that is one of the coaching process that I take my clients on. But today, let's focus at the topic at hand. So I call myself the action coach, and my name is Quarshie. 2016, I remember I was sitting in a meeting that I never thought I would be sitting in after establishing a banking career for 9 years. And in that meeting, my boss, who is a friend to me now and a very sweet lady and woman, looked into my eyes and said, "Grace," yes, she did, and said, "Grace, I'm sorry to be the one to let you know that you are part of 200 people who are going home today." And I had a very beautiful working relationship with my boss, and I could feel the emotion in her voice when she was telling me this. And immediately I heard this, my heart sank into my stomach. I remember sitting in an air-conditioned room and sweating, with my palms sweating, and I could feel my heart beating faster than normal, because even right now when I'm sharing this, I have goose bumps all over me. It's been 7 years. That's August 2016, and the reason why I was feeling this was because I had a dream, as a young African girl who did not get parental support to go to school, junior, secondary, even to the university. And I didn't have a home. I had to live with people and all that. So after going through all those struggles, my my goal or my dream was to establish myself as a woman. I'm very emotional about this. There's a recording, but I am just emotional right now. My dream was to establish myself so that one day I could use my story to encourage other women. I just saw an old diary like last 2 weeks, which I wrote my goals and my dreams in 10 years ago, no, 13 years ago. And one of the things that I wrote that I wanted to do was a motivational speaker. Well, I don't call myself a motivational speaker, I'm an inspirational speaker or an empowerment speaker. And so I always want to be an inspiration. As a child of God too, I have another gift of, becoming either a preacher or whatever it is, don't mind me. Just to use my life to encourage other people. That's all I want to do. What I've been through, just to encourage other people. So losing that job was like something very big, for a big deal, And I always tell people that I didn't just lose a job, I lost a dream. I remember getting out of the office and shutting the door behind me. I felt like I've entered a tunnel full of darkness with no end. And then the question that was ringing so loud on my mind was, Grace, what is next for you? Have you ever asked yourself that question before? What is next for me? And most of the time, we ask ourselves this question when we're either at the crossroad, whether we should turn left, turn right, or go forward, or go backwards. I got home that day by God's grace. I don't know how I got home, because driving back home that day was so long. Every junction was like another journey for me. And more so, my husband was not at home. He had just been assigned to another country to be a resident pastor where we are now. And I was alone at that day. It was only God. I cried my head off. And when I woke up, the thought of not being good enough was panting me like a lion. And that negative and bad voice that always comes was like, Grace, you are not good enough. You see why your daddy didn't take care of you? You see why? And so many voices. You are not good enough. I cried. I had to control myself. At a point in time, I picked the phone and I called my senior pastor just to inform him about what has happened. And so after encouraging me, he just said, I've informed my husband. But in fact, my husband was the first person to know. Before I was when I got out from the meeting, my phone was with me. So as soon as I closed the meeting door behind me, I called my husband and I told him about what has happened. So my pastor encouraged me. I didn't tell a lot of people. Losing a job is not something that you talk about. And I stayed home. I didn't want to go to church. I didn't want to go anywhere. And I was just crying my head off. So after mourning and crying for some time, I just woke up one day, and I don't know where it came from, but I know that Romans 8:28 says that all things work together for our good. So I know that God maybe just console me, the Holy Spirit console me. But before that, I remember I had an encounter during the night, and it was like a voice was asking me 3 questions that transformed my life and brought me to where I am today, which I'll share with you very soon. The first question was, Grace, where are you now? Now, I've been teaching this concept for 7 years to encourage and to empower women to stop looking down on themselves and beat that thought of not being good enough and fear, and unlock their potential and their possibilities. Where are you now is a question of your current state of life. Are you fulfilled? Are you happy? Have you limited yourself from what you should have been doing? And for me, at that particular moment, it was so obvious. I was depressed. I was broken. My heart was heavy. The second question was, Grace, where do you want to be? Now, this question brought joy in me. Do you know why? I think you should know why. You should know why, because I said earlier on that I've always wanted to be an inspiration. And my goal in the bank was to get to the top of the corporate ladder. And so, even though sometimes we go through things, the enemy can beat us around with so many things, but he can never take our purpose away from us. He can never take what God has ordained us to be. That's why the Bible said in Romans 8:28 that all things work together for our good, for those who are called according to his purpose. So no matter what we go through in life, it works, it comes back for us. So where do you want to be? Are you kidding me? I want to be an inspiration. I want to empower women. I want to use my giftings. I want to achieve my dreams. The third question was grace. Who do you need and what do you have to do to get to where you want to get to? This second and third question sparked and gave me some light to start my entrepreneurial journey. After some weeks of this encounter, I told myself that I'm going to be the only person in the world, don't worry, don't mind me, who is going to talk about how they overcome job loss. I told myself I'm going to make this job that I've lost become a brand, become something. And that was how my journey started. I wiped my eyes. So sometimes we go through things. Yes, it's good to cry because crying is part of the healing. But you can wipe your eyes and take the first step, take the second step. And sometimes along the second step, you cry. It's fine to cry. I still cry. And move on. But at the end of the day, know that all things are working together for your good. I started my entrepreneurial journey. My first business was a bakery business that didn't really see the day of light after 6 months because I respect every baker. Hello, please, next time if you see any baker, give them their due respect because they deserve it. And I was going through some few health issues too and all that, so I left the baking on the table. And I just packed, I moved to where my husband has been assigned to be a resident pastor of the church. And I started praying to God. I said, God, give me something to do. Give me something that I will love, that will be part of my skills and all that. My potential, my natural talent. And guess what? One day in October, a woman approached me after church and introduced a business to me. And I know that business is a business that most people have done before. It's a network marketing business. Now, I love the fact that I have something that I can share with other people and I can talk about, and most importantly, I can earn some money. Hello, money. Very important to somebody who has lost an income. So I read on the product, the services, everything, the compensation plan, and hey, I didn't get all the answers. Sometimes that's how it is. You don't get all the answers. But I said, I'm going for this. This is what I'm going to do. So my husband and I, we spent some time, we prayed on it. Thank God that my husband got a good and feeling of spirit for me to go ahead, and I started a business. And guess what? It was exactly what God prepared for me. This business helped me to open or see the other aspect of my life, which was becoming a speaker and an author, and also about people, coaching and helping people. Women, if you're a woman watching me, guess what? After 6 months, I was earning half of my salary from my network business. I've raised about over 500K. And within a year, I qualified for my first brand new car. I became one of the topmost leaders in my home country, Ghana. And then I also qualified for my first international trip, the following year international trips, and that was just going like that. And I built a team of 2,000 plus. Majority of them were women who were even working, but they knew that there's more for them out there and they wanted to do something on their own in case what happened to me happened to them. And I started coaching them and showing them how they can build their network marketing structure. Today, some of them are gurus in the industry. And after a year and a half, I wrote my first book, I Kissed My Job Goodbye, how I went from joblessness to owning a successful business and living a fulfilled life. This book is on Amazon and you can get a copy of it. Make sure you will read it. Just go on Amazon and add a review to it for me. So that was how it all started. Now, currently, I have 4 books by God's grace, and I have spoken on global platform. By God's grace, I've been awarded by the Woman of Stature as a winner in coaching and mentoring. I have received several. I have one here from African and women in finance that awarded me as a, sometimes my glasses is not for just for reading and closer screen, and as community engagement personality of the year. That was in, I think, 2022 or 2021. I've received some awards here. I've spoken on platform where I'm just sharing my story of how I was able to bounce back from a job loss. Now, where does the aspect of personal development come in? That is what I want us to learn about during this series, the purpose and power of personal development. In today's episode, I just wanted to share my story so that you have the confidence that you are learning from somebody who has used personal development to transform from a laid off employee who used to be in a cubicle, who never had anything to do with entrepreneurship. Now, in my second business, which was a network marketing business, I have never done network marketing before. Never. And I was able to become one of the topmost leaders in a year, qualified for a brand new car in a year, had one of the largest team in a year. And it was news in where I was working, because people had been in the industry 4 years, 3 years, and they have not been able to achieve such results. That started showing me that there is something that I have in me. Like if I develop, girl, I'm going to go places. And that was how come I launched on personal development, to develop myself into a confident empowerment speaker or inspirational speaker, to be able to coach other women, and also to author 4 books by God's grace, which one of them is a bestseller with the legendary Les Brown. By God's grace, that question that the Holy Spirit, I will say, asked me 7 years ago, that helped me to get up from my crying bed after losing my job, has helped me to become who I am today. And that's what we are going to talk about. The second question was, where do you want to be? And who do you need? And what do you have to do to get to where you want to be? That is a roadmap that you create for yourself to become your dream, to achieve your dreams. And I say your biggest dream because I never saw myself doing what I'm doing now. But I'm so grateful to God that He made it possible for me to have this experience. So hey, I hope you are ready for this series. Make sure you share this introductory video to any woman that needs to know. Let them subscribe, because from next week going, I'll be rolling in all, and we are going to look at what is personal development. I have a personal definition of personal development, and that's the only way I can explain to you through my story for you to understand. We're also going to look about why personal development, why, and how you can start your transformational journey of personal development. Now, before we end the introductory series today, because I didn't intend to talk for long, but if you leave me here for long, I will talk. So I want to ask you these 2 questions so that we can start the conversations, right? So that I can start you to I can help you to start thinking, So the second question that helped me was, why do you want to be? So I want you to look at yourself. If you have achieved so much success, I'm so happy for you. If you're a woman, and I really celebrate you. But I have a friend, she's my accountability partner, and she's also in my industry. And this lady has a tall profile. I don't know which company, biggest company that she has not worked in before. But in 2021, she resigned from her high profile, high profile job to embark on a personal development journey. Because I believe that deep down within us, there are dreams that we have not touched. There are giftings and potential in us that we have not touched yet. One of the greatest teachers on purpose and potential, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, said, the human being used like 10% of their potential on earth. 10%. So you ask yourself, where is that 90%? And on this series, I'm going to work with you so that we can discover how we can achieve that 90%. So this is what I will leave with you to think about. First of all, I think I should just give you the 3 questions. Where are you now? And I'm not talking about your physical location. I'm talking about, when I'm teaching or speaking, I call your inner location, your inner GPS. Where are you now? Are you happy with what you have now? I know there's gratitude, I know there's contentment, but do you think that there could be more? Do you think that you can do more with your life? You can impact more with your story? Be sincere to yourself when you are answering this question. The second question is, where do you want to be? And these 3 questions, please get a book and write. I'm telling you that some of you are just after answering these 3 questions, you start your personal development journey. It will change your life. Just the way it changed my life. I'm telling you, it will change your life. This has been the foundation of my speaking, my coaching. And people get results with these 3 questions that transform their lives. The third question, which people have been telling me that Grace is not third, it's 2 questions, but I still put them to 1 question, what do you need? Who do you need and what do you have to do? Because in the course of transforming your life, you have a part to play. And 99% of it depends on you. So you need to identify, who do you need in your life? You cannot do personal development on your own. So who do you need in your life, and also what do you have to do? Personal development is all about taking action to change your mindset, to transform your life. So hey, let me end here with these 3 questions, and I'll see you in the subsequent series. Make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. Thank you for staying tuned and watching till the end. I really appreciate you, and I'm so glad to go on this journey of the power and purpose of personal development with you. I'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.